Hey there, this is Samuel from Redominatelife, and today I wanted to talk about how to stay focused for long periods of time, or how to increase your concentration for productivity. And we all know that the more focused we are, the more productive we can be, because focus is attention, and anything that you give attention usually grows, and especially if you are a student, you like to have focus in order to study for your papers, study for your exams. Even if you're not a student and you're just in the process of studying, because we are all studying at various points in our life. You don't have to be in school to be studying, but we all earn and yearn that ability to be able to focus. Because a lot of times you all know that our mind is always drifting, and this is one of the things that I focus on Redominatelife, and helping us become focused. But a lot of times our mind is drifting, and our mind is tempting us to multitask, and multitasking itself is not a bad thing, but it's not very effective. You have heard a lot of things of people saying that multitasking is the way to go, but usually when we multitask we become very shallow, and there is not a lot of depth into what we do. Now there are some instances where you could multitask. You could be women are found to be more great with multitasking. Men are catching up. But there are certain things that you could multitask. But a lot of times when it comes to us being super zoned in into being focused, it becomes very challenging. And let's say, for instance, you take a book to study, and a lot of times you realize that during the studying, your mind, distractions will come in. Even if you're sitting down, you might be having the urge to get up and do something. Your mind, you're not 100% into it. So today I'm going to give you two most important things that I did, or I do personally, to stay focused. So the first way is to eliminate all distractions. This is one of the most popular things that people do. And usually it works, although it's like a pain in the ass, to eliminate all distractions. And generally, like for instance, whatever, let's say you're studying for a paper, you want to make sure that you shut out your phone. If you could get in a room so you don't hear people barking, talking, things coming to distract your attention, that's what you got to do, to make sure that you stay in the zone, away from all distractions. If you are being productive, like for instance for me, when I was recording this video, I realized that I had to put my phone on the airplane mode. With the airplane mode, generally nobody could call you, and the phone is just there. And I left it in my car too, so that I wouldn't have to bring it here and have any calls or any distractions. So that's a way of eliminating distractions. If you whatever your lifestyle is, look at ways in which you could eliminate distractions. If television is a distraction and it's hard for you to be productive, do not get a TV. Do not get a TV now. You could get a radio, or even you could go online, go on YouTube and watch certain things that you want to watch at certain times. And generally, to be honest with you, that's what I do. I don't have a TV now. There are some shows that I watch on TV when I get to watch a TV, but I don't personally own a TV. Usually I go on YouTube and I watch shows that I personally want to watch specifically. So it's more specific, and it's not like a bunch of things that I could be distracted by. Now, truly, there are a lot of juicy things on TV that I would consider and watch. A lot of juicy shows, drama shows, and very wonderful shows that I could watch. But at this point, I see more of a distraction, because I know myself. I know when I try to watch an episode, I wind up watching like the whole series within like 2 days. I'll binge watch it, so I don't even go near it. If that's a distraction, let's just give you an example. Look into your life and see what is becoming a distraction in your life. If friends are becoming a distraction, know how you could avoid them. I'm not trying to totally cut off your friends, but know how you could avoid your friends if they've been a distraction in your life. If your kids are a distraction, they don't help you become productive, put up, productive work, you could, know how to, whether you're going to sign up to go spend some time with your family or friends, or ask somebody to watch them, different things of that nature. You know what to do. So the number one way is to eliminate distractions. And also, I almost forgot, as to eliminating the distractions, so there's also another way of eliminating distractions by getting a paper or something to write on. A lot of times when you decide to sit down and be focused and be not distracted, thoughts come into your mind. And thoughts is also a huge form of distraction, not just external distraction, but internal distraction, thoughts and emotions. Because just when you sit down to try to focus, that's when you have all these ideas and all these imaginative thoughts, and you become Einstein, and you cannot focus on the work that you want to do, or you cannot focus on what is it that you want to be focused on. So one thing I did before was to get a book or a paper, and you could write down all your thoughts as they come around. So let's say you're studying or you're focusing on something, and boom, 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 thoughts come in, you just write them down. And as you write them down, mysteriously, they are kind of like taking something off of your head and putting it outside. It's like when something comes out of you or comes out of your head and you put it outside on the paper, they just don't come up again. It's like that burden just get lifted off, and basically you're like, of course new thoughts will come in, but it just goes away. So try it down. If something has been on your mind for the whole week, just try writing it down. Just writing in a phrase about the thing, and you realize that that thought or emotion will subside or will completely go away. It's just magical. You just have to try it. So that's one point into eliminating, or one example of eliminating distractions. Now the second way to be focused and to harness your concentration is through meditation. And I know so many people have a wrong connotation about meditation. Meditation is a tool, and as to how you use the tool is up to you. So you could view meditation in so many different angles, and so with so many different opinions. But meditation does in fact work. It does work so much, and generally meditation is one of the most important factors, or the most important things to do to become more focused and more concentrated, because it's kind of like deals with the roots. Managing distractions is like chopping off the leaves of the tree. You could chop off the leaves of the tree, but they will come up, they will grow again. But meditation is like uprooting the whole tree, or dealing with the whole problem head on through the roots. So that's what meditation is about. And basically, if you look at meditation, it's simply, most people look at or observe their breath. So they'll take attention. You will take attention from your head into your breath. And generally, when you're watching the breath, you realize that distracted thoughts will come in. Thoughts will come in that'll try to take your attention somewhere. The moment you start meditation, you start thinking about the food you want to eat. You're not thinking about the trip you could go on, the person you could call, your friend you could call and have a chat on the phone. Different things will come up. And there's a point where you realize that, oh shoot, what was I doing? I was focusing on my breath. Then that point where you realize that you lost your awareness, that point is actually attention. Because then that realization or that space is attention. And that attention, you bring it back onto your focus on your breath. So that's how meditation generally works. So the more you could do this, over time, that awareness or that sense of space or focus or concentration deepens. It only goes deeper and deeper, and you become more concentrated and more focused on your breath. Now, what are you going to do with the breath, right? So we're talking about more external things. Now, most people even go a step further into focusing on, like, say, a piece of candle. And the same thing, as you realize that if you decide to focus on your breath, you lose the focus. The same thing happens when you focus on an external thing, like, for instance, a candle. Or you could pick an object in your room, or whatever, anything that you could just focus on. Anything, could be anything at all. And generally, you realize that your attention, you just try to zone in and focus on that thing. And you realize that with time, your focus also drifts, your attention also drifts from the thing. And as it drifts, you bring it back, and you realize that the more you do that, it's kind of like a muscle, So focus or attention is also a muscle. So the more you do that, the bringing forward of your attention back to the object of focus, the more it deepens, the more it becomes stronger, the more it becomes like a muscle. And so you realize, okay, my breath, okay, the candle, how is it significant to my life? Now, that is just a practice. So the next step is to take it into your life. You take it into work, to take it into relationship, to take it into school, whether you're studying a book. Because it comes down to also keeping your attention on that particular thing. Whether you're studying a book, whether you are writing out a blog, whether you are writing out a business plan, whether you're trying to focus on a relationship or focus on an area in your life, whether short-term or long-term, attention is still attention. It all depends on where you focus on them on. So this practice of observing your breath, or observing a candle, or even observing some aspect of your life, it's a practice, it's a muscle that will strengthen your focus, attention, and concentration muscles. So this is the root cause, and this is what is helping me so far in becoming more focused, becoming super focused. Like today I was super focused on the things that I wanted to do. I didn't wanted to make some calls, I didn't wanted to shoot 4 videos today. I'm meeting out a friend later on, and also going to do some work, and so far to now I've just been focused on not getting distracted and doing the things back to back to back, and it all comes down to this, more of this practice of becoming meditative and also being focused. Now the other thing, the plus side, is that since being focused or getting focused is a skill, or it's a muscle, it's like the more you do it, the more stronger it becomes. So it's like at the point you don't have to struggle to be more focused with a task. It's like if you start up here, right? Say for instance, you want to focus on this. For instance, you want to focus on studying, read a book a week, right? And the first week you struggle, you read like half of the book, and then you throw it somewhere and do whatever you want to do. And you come back again. Let's say this next month you read like half of the book, right? You realize that over time it'll get to a point where when you start again, if you stick to it, right, there's a point where you just come straight to the book, read the book, and then you are done with the book. Like that muscle becomes stronger over time. So if you start here, if your focus and attention is here, the more you keep trying to focus and becoming attentive, it's like the muscles become stronger. So next time you don't start here, you start here. Your threshold or your home base is here. So you don't always start here, you start here, and your focus is more stronger, and it's more stronger, and it's more like on point. And that's all you all want. So I definitely hope these 2 tips helped you out. Like I said, the first tip is to eliminate all distractions, and the second tip is to become meditative. And even just to cap it up, one thing I do is I keep alarm on my phone that reminds me every time to be meditative or to be focused. And generally I have set it on my phone. On your phone you see that I have the reminders. So on the reminders I have every day, I have a reminder that says awareness, and generally it comes on. I've set it up for the whole year, 365 days in the whole year. And generally, anytime it comes out or it beeps, alarm beeps on my phone, whatever I'm doing, I just take a moment to become focused on my breath. And generally, what that does is it takes attention from your mind and on your breath. And just generally, that kind of deepens my sense of focus or awareness. And also, you could do this anywhere. You don't have to be watching your breath or watching the candle. You could impregnate this into real life. And generally, how you could use anything as a point of focus. If you're driving to work on the traffic, you could set up that alarm. So anytime the alarm comes off, you could generally focus on, focus on something, like focus on the red light, for like a second. And then when the light changes, you go, or whatever activity. If you're at work, you could focus on, say, if you're at school, at some point in the day you could focus on the pencil. Just keep your attention on the pencil as long as you can until you lose it, and then you come back. Generally, it's the practice, all adds up. You know, you could use different things. If you are cooking in the kitchen, you could you know, if you set up the alarm for something, you know, you could say pick up a fruit or a vegetable or whatever and focus on it for a while, as long as you could focus on it. And then when your attention drifts, it comes back, and then generally you do it again, you know. And then use different things, be creative, have fun. It's not, you know, it's fun, and then basically expand your sense of focus from there, right? So this is Samuel from Redominate Life, and I definitely hope this video helped you out, and these 2 tips helped you out as well. Make sure you subscribe below, because that's the only way you get my new videos when they do come out. Follow me on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you know, even for random stuff, or just to connect with me on general stuff. You know, I'm always here. I'm available. I want to talk to you on different things as well. Know what you are doing specifically. Take care, be focused, be productive, and until next time.